amount to 10 pages. All you have to do is find the other 300. I thought this was a joke, but it wasn't. But aside from the length of everything, he was particularly disturbed because in this story there are characters who are having disturbing dreams, and they don't remember what they are, and they wake in very odd places. And the lead character, the lead male character, wakes behind a furnace in his garage. My editor, being a New Yorker, said, what is a furnace doing in a garage? Why isn't the furnace in the basement? And I said, well, this is Southern California, and we don't have basements. Rare is the house that has basements. And he said, but I don't like it in the garage. Couldn't this house have a basement? And I said, but everybody in Southern California whose houses are built on slabs of concrete will know there shouldn't be a basement in this house. So he says, well, let me think about that. Very high literary thinking going on. And the next day he called me and he said, I've been thinking about the furnace in the garage, and it's just distracting. It just keeps readers from really getting into the book, because they keep thinking, what's the furnace doing in the garage? So he pushes me again to put a basement in the house, and I said, but it's just not Southern California. He said, well, don't any houses in Southern California have basements? I said, I've never been in one that does. I'm sure that there are a few, but there are not many. Then he said to me, you know, I've been studying this matter of these 12 main characters, and I've shared it with some colleagues here, and we've discovered that if we were to cut any of these characters, let alone 4, the whole story collapses. And he said, this is distressing. We wish you had written this so some of the characters could have been deleted. So I'm thinking, well, yes, I'll do that the next time. I'll just have 4 entire storylines that have nothing to do with anything. And then when we need to get the page count down, I can just pull that material out. I'm still thinking I'm going to hear the great literary stuff at any moment. So I said to him, anything else? And he said, well, I'm still thinking about the furnace. 2 days later, I received this big, glossy real estate magazine. It's about this thick. Oh. And there's a page marked, and I open it to the page, and it's from my editor. And it's a house in San Francisco, and it's selling for like $6 million because it's on Nob Hill or something like that. And he says, please note, it has a basement. I said, yes, but that's Northern California. That reminds me, I'm doing an interview in Denmark on Saturday morning, and they sent a film crew from, this is a live interview, they sent a film crew from Denmark. This has been under planning by them for 3 months. And I live in Newport Beach. They sent their film crew to San Francisco because they thought Newport Beach was a suburb. And the whole crew has had to get another flight down here. So I guess people away from California don't realize the vastness of it. But a week later, I got a phone call from him and said, I just discovered there are 2 references to this furnace in the garage. We've got double the problem. So about a month or 6 weeks passed, and I get finally, we've done what editorial. I said, here's what I can cut. And I think if I remember right, I cut 30 or 40 pages. That's it. I can't get another 270. So they were not happy about this, but they went forward with it. And the typeset proofs came, and they came with a letter from the editor saying, now this is just proofs. There is still time to move the furnace. So I wrote in this little paragraph, and I said to him, I think there's a place we can insert this. What do you think of it to cover that problem? In the garage was a furnace, but not just any furnace, an immense furnace, a huge bastard furnace. So enormous that the natural gas needed to operate it could have heated the homes of 1,236 families. A furnace of such flagrant excess and ungodly dimensions that no room was left in the garage for cars. A furnace so complex in its engineering and so formidable in its mechanism that 3 repairmen had been killed while performing routine maintenance. A furnace into which a clever murderer could jam the body of his editor. You can tell there's a lot of writers in here. Jam the body of his editor with every confidence that no speck of evidence would survive him. His only response was, "Point taken." And you know, I probably received 20,000 letters over the years on that book. Not one of them has ever said, "Why is the furnace in there?" Then, as a young writer, I went out to the bookstore